Good evening, happy Easter. We've just been at my parents' since yesterday lunchtime-ish, just before. It's been really nice. The weather's been amazing, that's helped, but it's also been nice just to be, somewhere which is a house that isn't half packed, in short. So it's been quite a fun 36 hours, let's say, something about that. And now we're back, and you can see the sun's beginning to set, and it's quite spectacular.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
It's nice to be home, even if our home is a bit of a shell. It's Easter Sunday, so everything is closed. Like, even though we live 5 minutes from an Aldi, 10 minutes from a Sainsbury's, it's no good on Easter Sunday. But I think that the petrol station, which is a Londis, might be open. So I'm popping in there on the very, very faint chance I might find something, because I've really got nothing for dinner. So we'll see what comes my way. Well, it's an excuse to stretch my legs a bit anyway. Hello, welcome to Nyman's National Trust in West Sussex. We're on holiday. The electrician came around this morning, rewiring the house. I realise I haven't shown you the house. Little point, because it was about to be torn apart. And yeah, we're away this week while that's happening. We're doing an Easter trail, or rather Amelia's doing an Easter trail.
So wide and his wings are.
Good afternoon. It's literally 12:05. This is BODIAM Castle. BODIAM. I don't know, but it is a castle. It's a huge castle. It's hidden behind a tree. You don't believe me? There's a castle, do you? There's definitely a castle there. And I've just parked the car, and I'm now going to walk back to our holiday holiday cottage, and then when I get there, Amelia will wake up, hopefully in time for us to all walk back here, which is the plan. So because this is a lovely walk we can only do in one direction, I've come and dumped the car at one end, so we can do the walk back to the car. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring day. There's a little bite in the air, but the air temperature is warm. We went to the playground this morning. It was lovely. We sat around at the cottage, and Amelia did some scooting in the driveway because it's so big. And it's a beautiful way of spending a Wednesday. 1 week since we moved. So life has changed a fair bit in a week. Anyway, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to hopefully find a bit where it's not so windy that I might be able to put the drone up. I've taken it with me just in case. We'll have to see. Beautiful part of the world, this. The Kent-Sussex borders. I think I'm technically just in East Sussex now. I crossed over. It's about, a few hundred metres that way. So I'm walking from one county to another. But you can see the very picturesque little towns on the top of ridges. There's the river Rother running in the middle here. There's a slight ridge where those trees are. That's where the canal is. I think that's a canal. And we're walking along this spectacular track, which takes us back to the river, and then we have to go slightly uphill over the ridge and back to Sandhurst, which is where we're staying. We've stayed in all sorts of places. We've stayed in Tenterden when we were here last May. We've stayed in Benenden when we were here in September 2020, and we stayed southeast of Tenterden in I don't know if it was even a town. It was a selection of 4 houses on a road back in September of 2019, I think it was. But it's lovely. All of England in spring is beautiful. But this is particularly nice. This is genuinely what I live for. That seems really simple, doesn't it? A lovely walk in the sunshine. I don't really want much more from life, if I'm honest. A nice meal as well, but a meal and a walk, repeat. That's it really. So I've been having a few conversations with people recently, and in the midst of those conversations it occurred to me for the first time in my life, because life's been on hold really for 2 years, that people look at me and they see a middle-aged man, and I don't mean that as a sort of woe is I, oh God I'm so old, blah blah. It's not that actually. It's that people's expectations around what you might say or how you might act are slightly different when you're a little bit older. So initially people speak to young adults with a sort of slight hesitation, I would suggest, thinking, oh yeah, I bet, yeah, you know what you're talking about, of course you do, mate. And then, as you get sort of close to 30, people actually listen to what you have to say, but they when it's something that requires lots of life experience, they sometimes look at you a bit quizzically, as if to say, well, how could you know that? Or you simply don't know that. And once you reach 40, because everyone in their mind really doesn't really age beyond 40, really they probably don't age much beyond 35 in their mind, people listen to you honestly and just listen to what you have to say. And that seems weird, but it is the case. And so you can't be quite so pushy or quite so presumptuous. So your conversations are a bit different. You have to choose your words a bit more carefully, I find. Also, I haven't had many conversations with people in the last couple of years face to face, and it's an art you have to relearn. What I will say about this walk, though, is that there is an amazing agricultural smell of like manure and fresh air and pollen, and it's amazing, and I love it. Bluebells everywhere. This is a stunning walk. I mean, the weather is definitely helping, but wow, it's going to be interesting, at least, I was going to say it's going to be interesting getting Amelia back down here. It's mostly downhill, so that should be okay. But, it's 4 kilometres. She's not going to walk all of that, obviously. So we just have to have a bit of a think about how that works. The frustrating thing is, in hindsight, so far, about 2/3 of it, you could run a buggy over. So that's a shame. Because if I'd known that, I would have left the buggy at home, but hey, what can you do? I've just come across an amazing lake through the trees. It really doesn't come out as well on camera, but this is thick with bluebells. It's amazing. This is a bluebell wood. It's filled with butterflies, and this is pretty much my idea of like paradise. Spring is the best. I mean, look at this, it's like a flipping Windows 95 wallpaper, isn't it? It's amazing. It's the oak trees are just coming out, and shy of a mountain view, I don't think this walk could be improved. Incredible. I mean, I'm not going to lie, at least 50% of my love of this walk is the season. Blossoms and bluebells and the spring sun. Incredible. We've just set off, we've just come past the sheep and away from the house. And now we're going down the hill for a little bit. What's that? River. Nice. What a lovely day. Do you know, I genuinely don't think I've had a truly relaxing day since Christmas. I've had nice walks, but they've only been half a day, followed by like later stress and what have you. Today has been the first truly relaxing day since Christmas. That's nuts. And even then we were still mid-house sale, so it was only relaxing up to a point. I can't remember feeling like this. It's been so long. It's crazy. Oh. Tomorrow's half as good, I'll be more than happy. What a lovely place to be as well. This is, I don't know if I mentioned, this is Sandhurst. I think I did mention that. So we are right on the Kent, East Sussex border. There are no really big towns nearby. If you go sort of northwest, you kind of hit Tunbridge Wells ultimately, which is the capital of this borough. This part of Kent is fantastic. It's really good for my mental health. That's a bit of a cuttlefish. It's such a big beach, isn't it, Amelia? It's so big. Look, the sea's out there somewhere. I can see a boat. I can't see France though. It's nice, isn't it? It's a little breezy. This is Winchelsea Beach, by the way, and I think that way is towards Hastings, which you can just about... We're in Hush Heath. There's the winery. We've just been for a short walk into the woods. Madam Bossy Pants here is telling us what we can and can't do. It's very nice bluebells in the woods, and the oak trees are just coming out. It's a very pretty spring day. Amelia, we've got to go over that bridge over there. Yeah. And she's off. It's like a wind-up toy. The problem is every now and again she has to come back to you to get wound up again. No, that's not another baby, that's you. That was when you were a baby, yeah. That is you, yeah, you're right. We're back at BODIAM Castle. We've been into the castle. Amelia's been torturing the ducks, feeding the fish and eating some shortbread. So all in all, she's having a pretty good morning. It's an amazing castle. It's like the most perfect castle-y castle you'll ever see. Yeah, she's been trying out her new wellies for the last couple of days. They got heavy use on the beach yesterday, and now getting heavy use in the gravel. Hello, happy Saturday morning. Happy new week, I suppose, technically. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess vlogging wise at the moment. Anyway, we're in SCOTNEY Castle in Kent. SCOTNEY Castle has two castles. One is kind of there and mostly falling down. And the other one is up here and mostly pretty good. is.
Do some playing? Do some playing? Yes, please.
I'm up here.
I know, how did you get up there?
Where did I leave the duckies?
Say bye, duckies.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mummy, Daddy, I got the duckies. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, raccoons.
Bye-bye who?
Bye-bye, raccoons.
Bubs, it's a goose.
It's a goose.
Oh.
The big one's called a goose.
Which one over there? It's a goose. That one. Bubs. That's the goose.
Oh. Why did Mummy and Daddy that?
Well, you said bye to them, so maybe they've gone too.
Oh.
Should we go?
You're getting blown away? Help you? We're most of the way up. A windmill in Cranbrook, if you can hear me, is a windmill on a windy day. The sails have been taken off at the moment. But be careful with the gaps. We're just walking up and down the tiny stairs. Amelia doesn't care a damn, she's perfectly happy. It's Sunday morning and we're about to head off. Careful, Amelia. And yeah, we got to get home because we've got to call Thames Water out to reinstate the water because funny story, had a new boiler fitted, had all the electrics done, that's why we went away. But when they tried to reinstate the water, the original main stopcock in the road sheared off, closed. So we haven't got any water. And the whole point of going away was, to avoid problems. However, we can't call someone out unless we're at home because that's what they've said. So now we've got to go home to call someone out. Anyway.
I want to do it.
You want to see yourself? Okay.
Go. I want to hold it. I want to hold it.
Have you got it? Hi there, happy Sunday. So it's the end of the holiday today. We came back from Kent this morning and back to the house, which is an absolute chaos. I mean, the electricity works now, but the boiler isn't yet operational, and the walls need doing now because it all needs replastering, and anyway, it's a massive mess, but that was inevitable. I'm working this evening. It's a Sunday night. I'm at the EFL Awards. This is Grosvenor House. Great room where I've been many, many times in my life. Kind of fun to be back. I drove here today because parking is free. It's just the congestion charge. And once everyone's done their iPad-y things, I'm going to drive back. Tomorrow's Monday, which I'm not mentally prepared for, but I need somehow, somewhere along the way, gather myself. Be a bit further. Oh yeah, beautiful. You tackled yourself. Keep going. Nearly. It stopped on the goal line. Quick. Yay. Now you have to do a celebration. You have to celebrate. You've scored a goal. Hello there. It's Friday morning. It's Friday the 29th of April. This is Bertham Church. It's a beautiful little old church. It's one of the original buildings of Bertham. This corner here is kind of old Bertham, as it were. There's like half a dozen houses in this church, and then Amelia's nursery is just over there. And I've left her for half an hour. We've been coming to the nursery with her for the last couple of days, but I just wanted to get used to the idea that we're not going to be there. And it's just an experiment, really. It's been a pretty hectic week. I'm just going to have a walk around and then I'm going to come back. But I'm really curious to see inside the church, if it's open. Good morning, happy Saturday. We've come to East Clandon, which is like 8 minutes around the corner. And we came to go for a walk, but we found a playground, so that's now where we are. It's a good playground though. You can do some sliding? And then have a nap. Yeah, it's good. You know, you get, as a parent, to understand what the difference between a good playground and a bad playground is. Choice, more than one swing, a decent sized slide, a roundabout that doesn't stick. You know, those are the things that make a playground good.